Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make your very own town hall in Minecraft. Now, do bear in mind, this is only part 1, so we are only going to be focusing on the actual building itself. And in part 2, I will show you how to make the inside of your town hall. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please do remember to subscribe to the channel and click that little bell next to the subscription button. That'll ensure that you get all my stuff sent directly to your sub box. And not only that, you'll be able to find part 2 in the card system, description below, and the top of the comment section once you're ready to make it. But without any further ado, let's get started. So just before we get started, everybody, here are all of the materials that we will need to make our town hall. Please do make sure that you have access to all of those materials and enough of them as well. The town hall's pretty big. It requires a 35 by 36 block area to make it. This includes a pathway that leads all the way around the town hall. Do bear that in mind. I'd highly recommend building the grid if you feel as though you might struggle for space. And that's it. Pause the video if you have to. Make sure you got all that stuff. Make sure you got enough room to make it. Make sure you're ready. And once you are, we can begin. Step 1, town hall friends. Come all the way over to the front left hand corner of your grid, if you've made it. Count to the right of the corner 1, 2, and 3, and then backwards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Begin the build by placing 8 light grey concrete going right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Extend forwards by 1, and then right by 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Extend backwards by 1, and then right by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We then want to extend that 7th block backwards by 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I then want you to extend that 24th block all the way across the back of the build, and we want to join it to the front, so I'd actually recommend extending so far across and then extend the front towards the back. And then that way you're not going to accidentally over or undershoot the amount of space that we need. So we actually want to have something which should look exactly like that, ladies and gentlemen. And once you have managed to accomplish this, we can get to work on the next part. So we're going to focus on the sides that have the most detail first. We're slowly going to whittle down like the most detailed side to the least detailed side. So you're going to want to come over to the front left hand corner of your build. And you want to begin by placing 8 terracotta on top of the front left hand corner of your build. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just like that. So that is as high as your town hall is going to be. And what you can do, which might make this easier, is you can extend that terracotta across, and you can join it down to the key corners of the build. And you can actually do this going all the way around your entire build. So what I mean by the key corners is you can extend that 8th block to the right and join it down where the build creates a corner. And you can then continue extending it across and again join it down to wherever there is kind of like a corner in the build. This will help us establish the shape of our town hall, and you can do this coming all the way across the front like this. This is about as high as the detailed walls of the town hall are going to be. We can extend the terracotta again from the top across all the way to the back and extending down to the corners. And all the way across the back as well. Whoops. All the way across the back as well. This is so hard to do. All the way across the back. And then down to this corner again. And then extend towards the front. So we're simply following the exact same shape. You can see this right now. The exact same shape of the light grey area that we just made below us. And that will actually make filling this thing in a lot easier. So going back to what I was saying about filling in the more detailed sides first, now we actually have a little bit of a guideline on where we can start. So we're going to start here on the left side of the build and also the right side of the build because they're actually the exact same. Start off on top of this light grey concrete here and place 2 upside down quartz stairs going right. 1, 2. You then want to place a terracotta and then place 2 more, 1, 2 upside down stairs and stick a terracotta on the end. You want to place 2 rows of glass on top of the quartz stairs. This can be any glass, but I'm using white stained glass pane. Then stick terracotta on top of that, and then upside down quartz stairs on top of the glass / where the terracotta is on top of the glass, and then place 2 more rows of white stained glass pane. You guys get the idea, right? So we're essentially creating 2 sets of windows that are equal to one another, and they are directly on top of each other. And when I said that we're going to be doing the left and right side simultaneously, what we have done here wants to be applied all the way over here. So on this side, you can begin by extending this terracotta to the left. Place 2 upside down quartz stairs, 1, 2, terracotta, 2 upside down quartz stairs. Place 2 rows of glass, 1, and then 2 rows of glass directly on top of the quartz. Place a layer of terracotta on top of the glass, 2 upside down quartz stairs on top of the terracotta, and then of course just glass reaching up to the top of the build boundaries that we established earlier. Fill in between all of these windows using a bit of terracotta, and we will have a nice balanced front of our town hall. Now, that isn't all there is to it, of course. We do have a little bit more to do. So, those same windows that we just placed, we actually want to place them again in this middle section, but it's a bit different. So what I want you to do is this. I want you to place a row of vertical terracotta on the inside left and right of the middle part of your town hall. I want you to leave a gap of 2, and then I want you to place 1, 2, leave a gap of 2, 1, 2, 2 rows of terracotta coming inwards towards the center like this, and we are going to place terracotta dividing up the middle of our town hall, just like this. I hope that that makes sense, like so. We'll also want a horizontal row of terracotta. It's in the same place that the horizontal row of terracotta is on the sides of the build, so you can actually divide it up rather evenly like this. When it comes to the entrance of the build, the entrance is set 1 row backwards inside of the building. It is a kind of simple row. It kind of looks like an N, a lowercase n shape of black concrete like this. There's going to be a door right in the middle there. We place polished andesite across the top of the door, and we place a row of quartz slab above and outside of the top of the door like this. It's kind of just like a fancy sort of way to mark the entrance. And all of these other sections, you want to do the same way. You want to place upside down quartz stairs at the base of all of the windows, and then the glass above them. I didn't really feel like they had to be made more fancy. The windows in real life really aren't too fancy, to be honest, especially when it comes to kind of like older government buildings. I feel as though that it's got quite a nice, clean design. So we want to have something which should look exactly like this. And when we're pretty much going to leave that at that for the moment, ladies and gentlemen. We're actually going to now swap our attention to the right side of the building. So the town hall, in its name, is a big giant town hall, and it's where we host meetings, and it's where you can speak to the mayor and all sorts of other stuff. So this side of the build, the right side of the build, is actually where you would conduct the meetings, and it has a lot of windows. If we start from the right side here, you want to place this sequence of blocks. You want to place 2 terracotta, 1, 2, 2 upside down quartz stairs, 1, 2, 2 terracotta, 1, 2, 3 upside down stairs, 1, 2, 3, 1 terracotta, 3 upside down stairs, 1, 2, 3, 1 terracotta, 3 upside down stairs, 2 terracotta, 2 upside down stairs, and then 2 more terracotta. So, all in all, not too bad. I would highly recommend raising up all of the terracottas that we placed. So coming along the side of the building, just raise up all of those terracottas. This will make it much easier to place all of the windows if we create the same sort of divides that you saw that we did on the front. It just makes placing glass pane way easier, and you can kind of see how the windows kind of got devised if you can kind of see how I came to kind of figure out where the windows were placed and how they were placed. What we also have to do is we want to leave a gap of 2 above the upside down stairs, and you want to place a horizontal row of terracotta that kind of cuts through the entire middle of the building, and then you can place another layer of upside down quartz stairs on top of that terracotta, and you guys might be able to guess what you would do after that. Fill it in with glass, and that's as easy as it goes. If you want to add flowers, and if you want to add window boxes, and if you want to add this and that and the other shutters to the town hall, you may. But again, I'm kind of going for a much cleaner look. You're more than welcome to make those changes though. It's quite a large building, but I think it's quite obvious, hopefully, what this building is by the looks of it. So it's up to you whether you kind of want to nature it up a little bit, but that's what the right side of the build should look like once complete. When it comes to the back side of the build, kind of rotating around this, I want you to come all the way over to the right side. I want you to place 8 terracotta going left of the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I want you to place 3 upside down quartz stairs. 1, 2, 3. And I want you to place 2 rows of glass on top of these stairs. 1, and then 2. Believe it or not, that is the only detail that we have on the back of the building. Now, the reason being is, as I mentioned, this is a town hall. It's huge. It has 2 main uses, or at least for my city. You can make it, of course, you can add rooms, and you can add a second floor, and all of this and that. You can do all of those things, but in my particular city, in this design, the interior that I have decided to make, the back wall of this is simultaneously the right side, right of the window, is the mayor's office. That way, so we don't have any windows. And on the left side is a large stage, so you can't really place any windows back there, because it's all covered up. It's like a big projector screen. Feel free to change that. Now, when it comes to this side of the town hall, we only have 2 little windows as well, and they start here on the left side, and we place 2 terracotta extending from the back, 2 upside down quartz stairs, 2 terracotta, and then 2 upside down quartz stairs, and you guys know what to do after that. We place 2 rows of glass, and we marvel at the fact that there's a huge lack of windows on the back and right sides. But then, again, just completely fill everywhere else in with terracotta. When it comes to the inside, there are opportunities where one might want to add more windows, and we might do that. It really does completely depend, honestly. Those 2 windows there are actually for the mayor's office. Before the mayor's office, we have a secretary. And perhaps the secretary might like some windows, but we'll figure that out when we get to the inside. So all in all, we have a pretty decent amount of detail applied now to our town hall. The next large thing that we must apply to our town hall is basically the front of it. It's like a huge overhanging part. So to make this huge overhanging part hanging over the front of our town hall, and to also, by the way, make the entrance a bit nicer, we need a dark oak door, birch button, stone brick stairs. We also need pillar quartz block, polished andesite slabs. We need quartz stairs, and I think that we also need the spruce trap doors. I don't know if we need any other materials. Once you have all of those, first of all, you can destroy these 3 light grey concretes here and replace them with stone bricks, and you can place a dark oak wood door where the doorway is, and perhaps a birch button to the right of it to, I don't know, it just adds a little bit of detail, really. I want you to grab your stone bricks, we can use stone brick stairs. On the left and right side, we're going to do this simultaneously. The part that juts out, the middle part that sticks out the middle of the building, we want to place 1, 2, 3 stone brick stairs coming out of the front of the build, and we want to then place pillar quartz block in the front. And we want to do this on both sides, so we want to do 1, 2, 3, and then pillar quartz block like that. we want to extend the pillar quartz block inwards. We actually want to place 3 stone bricks, 1, 2, 3, and then a pillar quartz block. And we want to do this on both sides, 1, 2, 3, and then pillar quartz block. You can join it together in the middle using stone bricks. You can place stone bricks in front of the pillar quartz. And then place stone brick stairs in between all of these. You can then place stone bricks inside the middle of this. So this is basically, as I mentioned, it's where you're going to walk up onto to get into the town hall. It's a very fancy building. We want to make the pillar quartz block as high as the actual building itself. So there's no real need to count, although if I had to put a number on it, I believe it's 8. You raise it up by 8, I do believe. I'm not willing to check that just in case I'm wrong, but just make it as high as the building. We are indeed missing a material, or 2. We could probably benefit from using quartz slab, and also a bit of block of quartz too. Join all of the pillar quartz blocks at the top together, and also connect it to the mayor's office, like this. That's not looking too bad. What we also have to do is we have to take out our polished and no. We don't take out the polished andesite yet. We'll use the polished andesite slabs. I want you to place polished andesite slabs on top of the quartz area. So that's pillar quartz and just regular quartz. Just sit on top like that. You want to extend the andesite outwards and forwards on the left and right side. So extend it outwards and forwards on the left and right sides and make sure that it sticks out in front of our town hall. We now want to, on both sides, equally extend inwards and upwards using your polished andesite slabs. Now, you should eventually reach an apex. The apex will be in line with where the doorway is, and I know that, but if you have a little trouble, basically extend both sides equally, upwards and inwards, until they eventually reach that sort of position. Make sure that it is even on both sides. That's very important. What we're going to do is fill behind this area in where necessary, using some block of quartz. So the way that we're going to do it is it's actually going to be placed here. It's going to be placed, where are we? So here and here. Hang on, it's kind of tricky to explain, but basically just set a couple of rows backwards like this. You want to have the block of quartz, so you can kind of see how it's going to look, right? And you can, if you want, you can begin to extend backwards some of the andesites, because some of the block of quartz that we just placed will actually be, for a lack of a better word, irrelevant. So we can extend some of the andesite backwards. Let's start off with the actual blocks. Make sure that the andesite just extends a bit further back than the block of quartz area itself. And then we will be able to, and then we can take a good look at it. So again, some of the blocks of quartz that I actually just placed are probably a little bit irrelevant. I don't like to tell anything that's irrelevant, but unfortunately this andesite, or the block of quartz, is. So let's just extend it backwards over the block of quartz, and then we can kind of get a good feel on how it's supposed to look otherwise. So, oh, I've got this whole side to do. I thought, oh no, never mind. I thought that I made some headway with this. But anyway, the point of placing all of that is to give us this sort of effect. So now you can see, no matter how you sort of look at it, it's looking pretty good, isn't it? That's not too bad. There has to be a clock. The clock is directly in the center of this empty space, and you can make it easy. So we take the middle full block of quartz here, we extend it outwards. It wants to actually overhang the front of the building by 1 row. The end block of quartz extends downwards by 2. 1, 2. We take the middle, extend it left and right, like this. You want to place upside down stairs underneath the left and right parts, and you want to place sideways regular stairs on the top left and right parts. You place spruce trapdoors, one in the lower half of the middle of the clock and one to the left of it. That spruce trapdoor can be flipped upwards. That simply makes it look as though it's 3 o'clock. I'm guessing in the afternoon, considering how light it is. You can make that any time, however. You can make the time in any way, sort of shape that you want. As long as it's that sort of shape, it actually looks quite good. It looks a little bit weird if you try to do like 12 o'clock. Although it could be done with by flipping trapdoors up in a certain way. But I think that position looks quite good. Anyway, we want to extend the clock backwards where we can. So we want to place upside down quartz stairs, extending all the way backwards. We want to do the same with the block of quartz. It's quite tricky to place the stairs. You really have to get in there to actually be able to place them. So here, and we also want to place them here as well. And here, do we have to extend them? Yeah, we have to extend the bottom as well, like that. So it ends up looking exactly like that. I mean, that actually looks a little bit too chunky. I don't know whether to extend... That actually looks a little bit silly from the side, doesn't it? I'll tell you what, let's extend it inwards by one. Luckily, we've kind of like filled in the entire center, and then it would look a little bit better. I for some reason, had the notion that it'd look a little bit better the other way around, but it kind of looked a little bit goofy. I might also make it so that we actually connect like the slabs to the clock like that, so it like connects on the underneath part. I think that looks way better. It looked a little bit silly then, honestly. So that is what we want to have for the front of our town hall. Now, the next part of this is to grab the polished andesite slabs, and we have to establish where the roof is going to be, and this is a very important thing, alright? So we want to basically extend these sides. These polished andesite slabs here, yeah, we want to extend them back, and we want to extend them across to the side of the building, kind of like this. So it's sat kind of just one row higher, or half a row higher than the top of the side of the build. The andesite slab that is overhanging, we want to extend the andesite slabs upwards and inwards. Now, again, it's to kind of establish where the middle of the building is going to be. That's the only hard part. So I can actually tell you where, though, the middle of the building is. It's this middle window. It's the middle block of the middle window on the right side of the building. You can see exactly where the actual andesite stops. Like that's as high as the roof can go without it being slanted, because we want to have a nice even roof. So you can simply extend it all the way over from the opposite side like this, and you'll have to fill underneath the roof in using your terracotta, and that's pretty much the hardest part, really. So now that we've finished the roof, everything's rather easy. Let's just fill this side in using the terracotta. We will extend the andesite blocks over, the full andesite blocks over to the opposite side. So there we go. So all we're looking for is this effect. I mean, it's a roundabout way to get to this. And then we want to, of course, you can do this. You can extend the slabs over, right? And you can kind of take stock of what's over on that side. And you can extend the slabs inwards and upwards until you basically have the exact same roof on this side that you did the other side. And that's all you have to do. There's nothing really else to do with it. That's it. So, again, it's kind of hard to see. Is that the middle? Am I too high? Am I too low? It's hard to see on this side because we don't have the windows. But we can extend the other side upwards and... you know, inwards and upwards, and we can see if it's even. That's the most important part, as long as it's even. And you'll be able to tell, like, when one side has joined the other, like it should, just perfectly. There we go. It should perfectly join just like that. And then we place the terracotta underneath, and then we're going to place all of the actual solid, full-on andesite blocks, and also the slabs as well. And that is all there is to it, really. It's quite an easy building. It's a simple building, but it's a large building, and it's kind of like a cool one to add to your city. It will make quite a statement. So now we have to join all of the roof together. The roof is rather easy in the fact that we've got to... All you got to do is I'd start off by extending the andesite and joining all of the full andesite blocks together. On the front of the build, you have to join the andesite, or you have to join the roof to the middle part of the roof. So you have to extend like the lower half of the roof, you have to extend it across and to the little middle part of the roof, just like this. And when it gets higher, you don't have to do that. So you only have to do it so high, you only have to, so like here for instance, and then here, just like that, there we go. Extend it that high. And with these slabs, we just have to do a similar thing. So we'll extend the full blocks across, and then we take the full blocks and we extend here as well. And then we just have to slot these slabs in. So like this. And we run this across. And this is why it's easier to extend the full blocks across first. You can see how these ones, they just join. We can't really go any higher. The way that we get higher is that we place these slabs, like we slot the slabs in, and then these will join naturally to the parts on the side. But the middle part of the roof is actually higher than the front, so we're just going to fill all of the solid andesite blocks across. As I've said a million times now, I feel as though that I do keep repeating myself, but start off with the full andesite blocks, and then it'll actually make placing the slabs way easier. Because usually, if you were to do the slabs first, say, or do them alternatively or alternately, then these slabs, you've kind of got to extend it from itself, if that makes sense. But if you have the andesite to place it onto, it's easier. That's all there is to it. There isn't too much to do after this. We will be doing a couple of things that are kind of like filling in projects after we've filled in the roof. But now you can see that we've placed all of the slabs, or you got all of the blocks. Now we can just place the slabs along the lower half of the andesite, and it's great. It's so much easier. This will come all the way up to the top. The only little bit of difficulty or the bit of irritation that we will suffer is at the bottom of the other side of the roof, but we will take that as it comes. The only thing that we have to do after the roof is we've just got to do a little bit of gardening in the front of the town hall, and we've just got to add a path. And also, we're going to refloor the town hall in this episode, in this part, so that we don't have to do it in the next one, basically, so that we kind of have like what you could call a clean slate. So yeah, just be careful as you work your way down this part of the roof. You'll see that as you extend the slabs across, you'll hit this middle part. But you have the guidelines in already. You have the full andesite block, so you literally you follow the shape. And you can do either side first, the right or left, it doesn't really matter. That part of the roof actually seemed to go really, really quickly, thank goodness. So yeah, that's how it should look from this side. You can get a full grasp. It's a huge building, isn't it? It's way bigger than Chili's that we have to the left of us. That's the metric on which you judge the the size of a town hall. Is it big in relation to Chili's? Yes, it is. So there we go. We have now done all of the roof, ladies and gentlemen, and here's what we will need to complete the next part of the building. And this is it. This is all it comes down to. Leaves, green terracotta, lime terracotta, oak planks, and also some smooth stone. We are going to be placing a 2-row smooth stone path that goes all the way around the edge of our town hall. So for those of us that made the grid, this is the outer row. So I'm just placing around the entire town hall. This might actually be a bad place to start it actually, but I've just dug all of that out. Let me show you in an easier way, just in case you've not made the grid. Place a row of leaves around the entire base of your town hall. The leaves only have to go around the part of the town hall. You don't want to place the leaves in front of the steps, so they go everywhere but the steps. So kind of like that. So they'll go all the way around the left and they'll extend to the right like that, which is perfect. The area of space between the corner of the overhang on the town hall, so this stone brick here, we dig into the ground and we join it to the leaves here, and this area is going to be filled in with an alternate of lime terracotta and green terracotta like this. So that's what this little patch is going to look like, and it'll be the same on the opposite side as well. So leading outwards, just to give you an idea of the boundaries of this. Green and lime, rows of grass, leading front to back, there we go, inside this little space. And why is that relevant? Well, all of the remaining area that hasn't kind of been planned out, we're going to fill in using smooth stone or whatever material you're sort of using as a path in your city. So whenever I have pavement or sidewalk, I've been using smooth stone. So whatever material that is for you, might not be smooth stone, then I'd recommend using that. And you can kind of see how that will all be filled in. However, the other little bit that will take a long time is we've got to completely refloor Oh, we've got to refloor the entire inside of our town hall. That's going to take quite a long time. We're going to be using oak planks like this, and it's going to go all the way back. So, ladies and gentlemen, big construction project. I'm going to do all of that, and once all of that has been done, that will actually set us up for part 2 of this tutorial. We will actually be complete with this video once all of that has been applied, so just as if by magic. Now this is what your town hall should look like once it has been 100% fully completed, my friends. This is the entire outside of the town hall. We have a path that runs around, we have some leaves, we have a roof, we have all of the windows, and as you can see, I've also added a road so it fits into my little world. And you might have been able to tell from the outside, but we'll come inside anyway. This is the floor now that has been, well, refloored. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please do remember to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and click that little bell if you want to make sure that you get all my stuff sent directly to your sub box. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, if you do want to make part 2, then you're going to have to check it out in the card system description below and the top of the comment section. It'll all be linked there once it's out. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.